I'm at the beach. You see the palm trees, like my bag. Hi, Joe Thane. Thanks for the fishing invite. Portugal, Colombia, 0-0 draw. Atrocious game from Portugal. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what the game plan going into that game was. I think the game plan was, let's just leave the midfield way open and let our wingers have nobody to pass to. That must have been the game plan for Portugal, because I'm not sure what the fuck they thought they were doing going into a game like that against a good team in Colombia, and you think you're going to win. You're not going to win football matches when you play like that. What the fuck was that? But they looked like they played for the draw. They looked like they wanted to be on the left side of the bracket. Right side of the bracket, left side of the bracket. I don't give a fuck what side of the bracket they want to be on, they wanted to be on, or where you want them to be on. It's the World Cup. You're going to have to face adversity at some point. At some point, you're going to have to versus Spain. At some point, you're going to have to versus potentially Argentina, or go ahead and versus Colombia again. Like, it's just, it is what it is. So the whole thing with people being like, oh, they have to win, because maybe if they win, they won't be on the same bracket as Spain and France. And yes, obviously Spain and France France looks unstoppable. Spain looks like a bag of dick. But it doesn't matter really which bracket you go on. You're going to have to face teams. And they go into the knockout stages against Croatia with a 1-1-1 record. That's literally the performance that they showed this World Cup. They deserve a 1-1-1. Realistically, they should have lost to Colombia. They should have lost to Colombia. That offside was one of the most rigoroni, full of baloney called back goals I've ever seen in my life. His toe, are we serious? His toe? We're really going to do that? By the way, Ronaldo's coming to Toronto to play. Bro's coming to play in the 6, and I am in the Dominican Republic. I would empty my bank account. I would take a PJ from the DR down to the 6, empty the bank again, buy tickets, watch the GOAT live in action in Toronto. Fortunately, I can't do that. But it is what it is. They have a tough game against Croatia. They do. They really do. If people are sleeping on Croatia, you don't watch football. This team has been to the fucking... They've finished third place minimum the past 3 World Cups. They came second in 2018. It's like, dude, they're don't sleep on them. And people are gonna sleep on them. Even the sports books are sleeping on them. The Portugal minus 130 favorite. In what world? In what world does Portugal deserve to be a minus 130 favorite? What the fuck has Portugal shown you? What has Portugal shown you that they deserve to be a 130 favorite against anybody? I don't care if they're even playing Congo. Doesn't matter, dude. This team has played like ass. And Ronaldo and the whole team are the problem. It's not just Cristiano. It's not Bruno Fernandes. It's not Roberto Martinez. It's everybody. It is everybody. That is the problem. And they need to figure their shit out before they get worked by a bunch of unks on Croatia. Because that team doesn't fuck around. Croatia's playing with the house's money. Obviously, they want to win the World Cup. Of course they do. But realistically, who's the better team? On paper, it's Portugal. Who's been the better team in the tournament? You could say they've been kind of even. I would give the edge to Croatia. Portugal has put themselves in this position. Portugal is now going to have to most likely play Spain if they beat Croatia. In Spain's current form, they could probably beat Spain. But you're going to have to play France at some point. Most likely in the semifinals if you get through Spain. So, you know what, dude? They did it to themselves, and it is what it is. If you look back at the 2016 Euro Cup, where they had no chance, no business being where they were when they won it. That tournament, they didn't win a single game in the group stages. They tied every game. They lost a game, whatever. Ronaldo carried them. And they ended up winning. They ended up going to the finals. They ended up winning the Euro Cup. Anything is possible. I'm not counting them out yet. It's just they put themselves in this position. And maybe they wanted to put themselves in this position. We're not in the locker room. Everybody wants to speculate. Everybody wants to say this about Portugal. Everybody wants to say that. But at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on in that locker room. Everybody says there's so much negative attention around Portugal and João Neves and Nobody rates him, and everybody hates Ronaldo. Joao Cancelo hates him, and Joao Cancelo hates him, and Ronaldo. It's just, and then you look when they play. It's a bunch of bullshit. But that Colombia team, though, holy fuck, they're good. That team will run you down. And Portugal got run down. Portugal got run up on and run down. They got worked, and they should have lost that game. I'll call a spade a spade. I hope to God Colombia faces Argentina in whatever game that would be. There is absolutely zero chance. It is currently 42 degrees with humidity. It's 47. And this lunatic is on a run. What? I don't know if that's the ultimate definition of aura farming or he's just off his rocker. And based off what I've seen this so far with this guy at the resort, he's off his rocker. He's got the crackhead itch. Anyways, somebody needs to give Portugal some crack, because if they don't beat Croatia, they will never hear the end of it. Ever. Doesn't matter how many more Champions Leagues that team wins, with or without Ronaldo. If they don't beat Croatia in the round of 32, I know, give Croatia credit, as you should. But they're going to hear it for the rest of time. Mainly Cristiano. But the team itself will still hear that for the rest of the time, that they couldn't beat Croatia in the round of 32. They were projected to be the best team, best midfield in the tournament. And they look like a bunch of Englishmen on a beer league Sunday morning after they all just creamed a 2-6 each. Not just a 2-6 within the team, a 2-6 each guy. So they look like shit, but I believe in them. I don't think that means anything. I think once you get past the knockout stages, anybody's game. It's game on, right? It is what it is. Anybody could do Cabo Verde could beat fucking Argentina. By the way that goaltender's playing, I wouldn't be surprised. Congo is going to beat England today. You heard it here first. It's the World Cup, man. Group stages are tough. It's not an easy tournament to win. So with that being said, Portugal heads into the knockout stages with a 1-1-1-1 record. And hopefully they come out on top while being the number one team last. Number one team remaining. And prediction 2-1 Portugal in regulation. I think Portugal should win this game in regulation. They have much more talent. They have the team to do it. They just need to show up, and they have not showed up, and that is the problem. But they're going to, because now they're playing a European side. A European team they're much more used to, and I think that's going to work more so in their favor. Even against the Spains and the Frances, I think people are going to be like, oh, France is too nice. Well, I think Portugal has the ability to compete with them 100%. It's just that type of ball. They all play similar football. The Europeans it's just different. When you verse the African countries, the South American countries, it's completely different football. 2-1 Portugal in regulation. Ronaldo scores, I don't know, nor do I care who scores after, as long as they just win the fucking game. Win the game and just put your head down and move on. Job finished? Job's not finished. Just keep going and we'll see what happens. It is what it is. End of the day, this is the World Cup, man. Nothing comes easy in life, and certainly winning the World Cup isn't one of those things that come easy in life. So, with that being said, it is what it was, it be what it be. It's the way she goes. Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. If you don't know, ask around. If you still don't know, like my bag, peep the beach. Forza Portugal. Forza Ronaldo. Ciao. Oh, shout out Luka Doncic, by the way. How did he get traded to the fucking shitty Los Angeles Lakers? I still don't understand that.